Truckers getting behind the wheel high on heroin, putting you in danger on the road. The 9 on Your Side I-Team told you about communication breakdown between law enforcement and trucking companies when drivers get arrested.
Our investigation has caught the attention of some lawmakers as well who want to fix this problem. I-Team reporter Hillary Lake explains who's on board and what they plan to do.
Driving a truck like this requires a special driver's license, and it comes with a lot of responsibility. I promised to take the results of our investigation into drugged truck drivers to state and federal lawmakers. I did. Here's what they have to say. Tens of thousands of big rigs crisscross the tri-state every day, driving right beside you. Now imagine watching one of those machines jackknife on I-74 near Green Township.
I started screaming and blowing my horn, stop.
And then learning the driver is high on heroin.
Frothing from the mouth. His body was very rigid, and I thought that he had died.
You know how much damage you can cause if you go out of control with one of those 18-wheelers?
The I-Team took the findings of our investigation into drug truck drivers to a state senator from Cincinnati, Cecil Thomas.
I was shocked.
The I-Team first discovered this wasn't the first time that driver, Scotty Kinman, had overdosed behind the wheel.
So you're thinking he's in the back sleeper part of the cab?
Body camera video
Let me see your hands.
From 3 weeks before that August crash shows Cincinnati police found him high in the same truck, pulled over on a city street.
All right, have a seat, sir.
Tracy Grome asked the I-Team to find out why Kinman was allowed back on the road.
What are the trucking companies doing? You know, were they aware of his arrest a month ago?
Kinman's company tells the I-Team Kinman lied about his first arrest, but they didn't realize that until the crash on I-74. We discovered law enforcement isn't required to notify trucking companies about driver arrests.
The drivers are required to tell them. Of course, we all know that that doesn't happen in most instances.
Jurisdiction complicates things a bit. Every state has its own laws for the trucking industry, but many, like Kentucky and Ohio, choose to enforce federal rules. I asked U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown about that.
I think that your series, once it's finished and we really see all the evidence, might cause us to take some action on the intersection, if you will, of opioids and truck driving.
State Senator Thomas tells me he wants to try to fix the communication breakdown. What are you willing to do?
Well, I'm willing to introduce legislation to, number one, require our law enforcement personnel to contact, to make it legal for them to contact the company.
Senator Thomas says a change to the state law will take some time, but he's working on it so you stay safe on the roads. Senator Cecil Thomas tells me that any legislation he introduces probably won't go anywhere in Columbus until sometime next year. I will keep tracking that for you. And one other note, I did reach out to U.S. Senator Rob Portman about this investigation. Through a spokeswoman, he declined comment. Hillary Lake, 9 on Your Side.